Hi there, and welcome to my channel where I help leaders build meaningful lives and organizations. My name is Murielle Machiels, and today I'm going to talk about the meaningful reach. Have you lost your motivation? Are you looking for more meaning in your life? Do you wish to spend more time for the things you love with the people you love? Then you should join us and become a meaningful reach. In a previous episode, I talked about why I quit my high-paying CEO job and bought a little house in an Andalusian village and how this shaped my business. Today, I'm going to talk about why I did that and why I became a meaningful rich, and also why I believe you should keep listening to become one as well. I know people that have it all. They have the big house with the swimming pool, the nice designs, they have the big cars for themselves, for their partners, sometimes even for their children. The children have designer clothes, they have the latest iPhone, the latest iPad, the best computers. When they invite friends over, they have this great table with a great menu. They have it all. They go on holiday to a faraway country, exotic one. They go skiing in the winter. And it's really like the best Instagram family. But they are constantly running. They're constantly running from one task to the next one at work, at home. Even planning their holidays is bringing more stress because they have to book for the hotels, they have to find the best flights, they have to prepare the luggage. Even bringing friends over spikes up their stress levels because they want to have this beautiful table. Because last time they were invited over, it was really a beautiful table and they don't want to offer something less than they got themselves. And so they're constantly running and trying to get it all. But it's really tiring and they're bringing the stress home to their children. And the children, they go to school, they have to get great results at school, they go to sports, they also play a music instrument and they have a lot of pressure as well to have it all. And all this stress is coming into the home, and then when something doesn't go as planned because everything is timed, that's when you get even more stress and a big problem, and life is getting heavier and heavier. And sometimes you wish you could go isolate yourself on an island and just breathe, relax, read your book, and do nothing. And a lot of people are like that. They have it all, but their lives are crazy. And then I wanted to talk about Juan and Antonio in this little village where I bought my house in Andalusia. Juan and Antonio, they don't have a lot of money. Juan is the workman of the village, and it's a village of 200 people, and Antonio is the mayor. They both have their fields where they grow their orange trees, their lemon trees, their olive for the olive oils, their fig, and even some vegetables. And they have a lot of time, what we don't have in the North or in America or in other countries. They have time. And they spend this time with their family, with their children, with their friends. They can spend hours and hours at the balsa. It's the swimming pool of the village. They spend a lot of hours there just talking, drinking something, dancing because they like to bring music. And when they have friends over, everyone brings their own food, and the plates, they're all from different sets. Nothing is really fitting together, but we don't care because here in the village, it's more important to have connections and to have a great time and to be there for each other than to have everything beautiful. And that really inspired me, and that's also why I wanted not to just come here once a year, but to come here regularly. Because I believe that often we forget that a simple life is much better than to have it all. Because you can have it all, but if you don't have the time to really enjoy it, you feel empty inside. And that's what I mean by the meaningful rich, because for me, Juan and Antonio, they are the meaningful rich. Last week I was invited to Juan's Cortigo, and a Cortigo is a second house. Usually the people here have like a second house about 200 meters from their house. It's a little cabin, in fact, in the mountains. And so he built everything with material that he has recuperated. Everything, he spent hours building everything, and now it's beautiful. It has a plastic swimming pool. We had some music, we made some paella, and I spent the whole afternoon with them and the whole evening, and I really had a great time, and everyone had a great time. We played with the children, we drank, we had food, we danced even. It was really great, and that for me is having a meaningful life and being a meaningful rich. And buying this house here really influenced my business model, because I asked myself the question, and I believe you should ask yourself that question as well, and that is, if you had all the money in the world and all the skills of the world, what would your life look like? And that's the question I asked myself, because I don't believe in working really hard, in making a lot of money so that when I retire, I can finally enjoy life. I want to enjoy my life now. I want to enjoy my children. I want to be there for them. I want to enjoy my parents. I love going to my mother and doing things with my mother. I want to enjoy my friends and be there for them as well. And of course, I want to make money as well. And also, I want to help you build a meaningful life, because that's my purpose. And so I thought about it, and how I imagined my life was, I wanted to have the freedom to work where and when I wanted. And I wanted to work only a couple of hours per day. So that was the ideal life I would have. And I like to work also only on things that give me energy, not on the things that cost me energy. And so I thought about, okay, what do I need then to do to have that? So I need to launch an online business. I need to have a small team of contractors, but also of employees to help me, especially on the tasks that I don't like to do, that cost me energy. And so I made the calculations, and I knew how much I had to make to have this life. So instead of really just start my new business, I wanted to become a meaningful rich and to have the life that I didn't want to retire from. So I want you to ask yourself that question as well. How would your ideal life look like? And once you know that, what would you need to have it? And then how much money do you need to make? And that's how you build this meaningful life. You don't have to have it all. You don't need everything, because what you need might be other things. You probably need to be there with your children. You need to be there for yourself. You want to be there for your friends. You want to exercise, to eat healthy, to travel around the world. And you can have all that, but you have to design the life that you are looking for carefully, and not let it over to chance, or not try to conform to what other people see as success. Having the big house, the big car, the swimming pool, the best tables, the best menu. All these things are not important. Well, for me, maybe they are important for you, and then you can put that in the design of your life. So that's what I want you to do. And this reminded me of a story of Paulo Coelho that maybe you know of. It's the fisherman and the businessman. And there was a retired businessman who was on an island enjoying the beach. And then he saw a fisherman coming back from fishing a couple of fish. And he talked to him. What did you do? I got a couple of fish. What are you going to do now? I'm going to sell them in the market, and then I'm going to go home, enjoy the life with my wife, have a little nap with her, play with my children, and then in the evening I will go for drinks with my friends and enjoy life a little bit. And tomorrow I'm back on my boat to go fishing. Ah, but you're already finished working. You know, I have a PhD in business and I can help you to have even more money. Ah, says the fisherman, and what would you suggest then? Well, first you have to work a little bit longer. And then when you work longer, you will get more fish and you will get more money for that fish. And with that extra money, you can invest in extra boats. And at a certain point, you will have so many boats that you can go work in an office. And then you work a little bit more and you can even build a big float of fishermen, and you can sell that fish. And at the end, you can sell your company and become really, really rich. And then, says the fisherman, well, then you can retire and go on an island, go fishing for a couple of hours, and then enjoy time with your family, with your wife, and go have some drinks in the evening with your friends. And the fisherman thinks and says, but I already have this life. And that's the meaningful rich. So think about the life you would like to have if you had all the skills in the world, if you had all the money in the world. How would your life look like? So I'm curious, how meaningful is your life currently? And in my next episode, I want to talk about consciousness level, because I believe if you want to be successful in these fast changing digital times, or if you want to have a meaningful life, you should elevate your consciousness level, not only as a person, but also as a leader and even as an organization. And that's what we'll talk about in our next episode. So be sure to subscribe to this channel or this podcast if you want to receive the next one automatically, or if you want to have a meaningful life or organization.